Hey, what's going on, guys? Been a while since my last Dogecoin update, but here we are. And Dogecoin is currently at 17.1 cents. It is March 23rd, 2025. And golly, what a journey so far for Dogecoin holders, right? Since last year for me. Um, let's get right into it. So, my overall case, opinion, whatever the hell you want to say, on Dogecoin is that we'll see higher from here. And there's potential for short-term downside still, for sure, and I'll get into that. But overall, my case is higher, and I will get into that as well. So going over this chart here, it's the Coinbase USD chart. You could say it's a big old range, right? Just a simple, big old range. And these bars here are 8 weeks. Right? So 8 week cycles within this range. Since the bear market lows of 2022, we have a 50% level. We got a 382. Ooh, sorry, hiccup or burp. A 382 level and a 236 level here on Doge. Okay, the 236 is 15.3 cents. And as we see here, Dogecoin got two daily closures above these levels with just 2 wicks as of right now to the underside of that, which is fine. Now, you're probably asking what the heck are these dates and all that? Well, these are astro dates. So on March 14th, we got Mercury retrograde, which is really not the best. Okay, it's typically pretty bearish. All right, and we did get downside ahead of that. Potentially the downside of it came ahead of it. And now we are going to possibly chop around and base out on Dogecoin, heading into more bullish factors for Astro. Okay, we got a solar eclipse in Aries coming in March 29th. Currently it is the 23rd, so 6 more days. Let's see how Dogecoin performs over the coming weeks. Okay, then Mercury retrograde ends April 7th. Okay, we got two neutral aspects, I think, in my opinion, coming in April 10th and April 20th. Then more bullish stuff starts to happen really May through June. Okay, and I have another chart on Dogecoin which is really, really interesting. Okay, we'll get into that in a minute though. Okay, just remember this time period between May through June and March 29th to May 5th. Okay, it's going to be pretty interesting. Okay, we have a downwards resistance line coming in right now, probably around, 28 to 30 cents. We have a golden pocket level here of 31 to 33 cents. We also have fair value gaps up there as well. Okay, so pretty confluent areas up there. In my opinion, Dogecoin will eventually retest, if not possibly even break them, okay, and flip them as support. Okay, 786 level at 39 cents. Now, if we're going to see new cycle highs on Dogecoin, it's got to get higher time frame closures above that 39-cent level. All right, as simple as that. Very simple. I have two, and if it does, I have two resistances that could possibly come into play as well. And I can't move my screen. I need a new mouse. Whatever. These resistance levels rise over time. They're coming in around mid 50 cents, mid 60 cents. All right. Range extension to the upside would take 50% level, 70.5 cents, and 91 cents, which would be new highs. Okay, Fibonacci levels $1.19. All right, that's all upside hopium as of right now. Okay, breaks under 15.3 on this chart, and it possibly could be donezo, especially if it gets higher time for closures underneath that level, right? Okay, I'm going to go zoom out on this. Oh, by the way, yeah, a new 8 week cycle started March 17th, and I do think by May 12th, Dogecoin will be a lot higher than where it's at now. But we got what, 40 something days, whatever, until we see the outcome of that. Zooming out here, pulling up oscillators. The previous correction RSI took 154 days to bottom out. If it's going to do the same thing, that takes Dogecoin until April 15th. Now, potentially, the bottom could have been put in, or very close to, and then Dogecoin just trades sideways until it breaks into the uptrend after the 154-day mark, April 15th. Okay, Dogecoin is also finding support at this daily RSI support zone. Okay, and Dogecoin is, if we want to get more upside, Dogecoin has to break above 42.26 on the RSI. It's been a resistance level and a support. It's got to break above that. If it's broken above, more likely than not, Dogecoin comes to the next level on the RSI, which is 66.99 on the RSI. How does that correlate with price? Well, price will be higher. Right? How much higher? Don't know. But it will likely be above 20 cents. I don't have a way of calculating that. But I know there's things out there that can do it, but I don't have them. Mayer multiple, which is risk, right? Risk levels. Dogecoin is eventually going to print a buy signal on this. Doesn't happen often. So I think the risk reward favors the reward. Okay, if I pull up the bands again, I think it favors the reward. I'll pull this up on my other chart too, which is the spot crypto chart. All right, just zooming out, Mayer multiple. It's in the between the orange and red. Okay, if you've been a buyer in the orange and red zone in the past, well, it's paid off huge. Okay, this black fractal I have, taking this off now, is the previous cycle, is the first cycle, the 2017 cycle. All right, you cannot deny Dogecoin has been following it pretty well. It's quite interesting, right? It's not perfect, but the resemblance is definitely there. And if it's following still, this orange count I have, or path, is essentially this. Okay, this first wave down on the fractal to this lower high. First wave down here on the current cycle to this lower high of January 18th. There, right around there. And now on the fractal, that wave down is this wave down here, potentially. Okay, and if Dogecoin is trying to rebound here before chopping sideways, this is currently what it could be doing. Maybe we get the upside move and then some sideways toward in the 20 cent area. Okay, then sideways. And remember what I said, we got some bullish factors coming in March 29th to May 11th and to June 9th. Okay, and how does that line up with this fractal? All right, March 28th over here, which is the start of this choppy period going through May 17th, and then into June. It's pretty interesting. Okay, now going on the monthly time frame here as well on Doge, and I pull up the Bollinger Bands. Let me hide everything, zoom this out. We can see that the monthly Bollinger Bands are really extended. This is a sign of a major upward movement trend, right? Especially if it's still going to be trending. So turning everything back on, the 2017 cycle, if we're going to be following that, we could be finding a high around July. Okay, that's when these Bollinger Bands are going to start really starting to probably come up more so than they are right now. All right, so that's an interesting look. Turning off log, so the fractal is going to go away now. Turn off the Bollinger. We just got levels here. Okay, this 50% level I have is from the March highs to the March lows. Breaking above that, which is 19.2, 19.3, we likely will test the March highs. Okay, March highs need to be broken. I have 450% levels here in pink on Doge. 26.6, 28.2, 31.2, which is confluent. It's in between two fair value gap zones. I also believe it's a 3-day fair value gap as well. So pretty big area there, around 32 cents. Between 29 to 32 cents. In my opinion, Dogecoin will test that, even if we are in a bear market. But time will tell. We'll see. And a bigger 50% level at 39 cents. Okay. So short term, zooming in on here. 4 hour, we got a short term resistance between 17.7 and 18 cents on Doge. Break above that, we're likely to test the 50% level at 19.2. Okay, and support is between 16.1 and 15.1 on Doge. Okay, a bullish astro factor we got going on is the solar eclipse March 29th. Okay. And for people who don't believe in astrology, yeah, I used to be like you too, but it works more often than people think. I also have a falling wedge here on Dogecoin in red, and currently it's broken out of it, but it doesn't mean instant upside. It could be bottoming out now, and then we get upside continuation in the coming weeks, potentially. So there's that on Dogecoin. Overall, in my opinion, a bullish look, and it could be a very interesting April, May, especially June. I want to pull this up too before I log out of here. The monthly return stats on Doge, historically, April and May have been pretty damn decent on Dogecoin for the averages. We'll see what it does April, May. All right, but it does look promising, especially with other things in the market like Bitcoin, ETH, the Magnificent Seven stocks, the Dow Jones, S&P, QQQ, the dollar going, breaking down. A lot of stuff is adding up for the bulls, and as well as the global money supply. Okay. Oh, one thing I want to add in here: if Dogecoin breaks back inside this pennant, there could be support around 12 cents to 12.8 cents potentially. Okay, so something to watch for to the downside. So there's that on Dogecoin. I think it's going to be pretty interesting next couple months. Want more updates on it? Follow my X at TSG0X. Peace out and thank you.